And let me tell you, my body is sore
From what? What were you
from
guys
just
doing?
like running on the field with the kids, and like we played this game where it was like coaches versus kids, and it was like 8 minutes of straight like whoever had the most balls on their side lost. So we're like chasing balls around, throwing it back across the line to the other kid, and there's like 4 of us, and there's 13 of them. So it's just like it was just a lot. It was fun though. Like it's good. This I think this coach is gonna be good for Peanut. I think it's gonna be good.
Wait, are you
He
also his coach, or you're like a coach assistant or anything, or
I'm
like
like
coach?
assistant coach.
Okay, okay, okay.
But
That's
all the
cool.
coaches get called like all the coaches get called coach.
Yeah, yeah.
So this will probably be the first year that my name is on the back of a jacket.
Type
There
shit.
you go.
And
That's right.
and check this shit out. So the name of the team is gonna be the Rolando Rays.
Oh, that's sick.
Ooh, that's cool.
It was my idea.
I like
Wait,
that.
why Rolando Reyes?
So I mean, they try and keep up with like the RR, like Rolando Rebels, Rolando Rockets, Rolando Rhinos, whatever, right? So I told Peanut, I was like, "Hey, you should name Rolando Rays. Like that'd be cool. Like it would be a cool logo and all that stuff." And so when the coach asked for suggestions, he was like, "Oh, the Rolando, like we should be the Mantas." And then another kid said the Stingrays, right? So this was yesterday at yesterday's practice. And then today, I was after practice, the coach was like, "Okay, let's like take a vote." And then he was like, "We could be the Rhinos, the Stingrays, the Aztecs, and something else." And then Peanut was like, What about the Mantas?" And then me from behind, I was like, "Well, if we are the Rolando Rays, then we could just be like the Stingrays and the Mantas put together." And the coach was like, "Rolando Rays? Like that sounds great. Let's just be that." And so they're the Rolando Rays.
That's sick. That's actually sick. That
And
makes
I
a
know
lot of
Peanut.
sense. There.
I know Peanut will like that because he's like into sea creatures and shit like that. Plus, his name is Ray. So
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of a double because it's literally his name, and then it's also.
but it's not his name because it's spelled differently, and he will make sure to tell you that.
Oh,
It's a double
no,
entendre.
so not literally, but
Yeah,
same.
because the coach already tried to say that. The coach was like, "Oh, it's like your name," and he was like, "No, my name is Spanish." And I was like, "Relax, bro. It sounds insane."
He's like, "Come here. If you say that shit again,
You say that one more time, boy.
I'm gonna make sure I'm
We're
gonna
all
check
the
you."
fucking team. What's up, boys?
How you guys doing?
Oh,
I'm telling you, back on this show, bro, and when I always go through this phase where I watch Breaking Bad, and then I'm like, fuck, I gotta watch Game of Thrones again, and then I like juggle between which show I think is better, and grammatically, I think Game of Thrones is better.
Grammatically?
Yeah, grammatically.
I don't think
What
that's
do you mean by that?
linguistically.
I don't think that's the. Oh, I still don't think that's right. Oh, but anyway, sorry, I just didn't understand what you were talking about. I didn't
poetic.
understand what you meant.
You want me to go that way, like poetic, like more.
Just like with the verbiage they're using
with the verbiage, yeah. Like
okay, sure.
Game of Thrones for sure. And I will say this with Game of Thrones, like you have to actively be watching that show or you will miss something. But as far as like Breaking Bad, like story arc and shit like that, I still think Walter White has one of the greatest arcs and like character transitions of all time.
Unironically, have you heard of Loki from Marvel?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of trolling, but I'm also being so serious. I haven't seen Breaking Bad. You've seen Breaking Bad probably 6 more times than me.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, you've probably. I'm just like, yeah, the series you've watched probably more than. Or how am I trying to say this? I've said that I'm going to watch it more times than you've actually watched it.
We're really not going to put respect on Vegeta's name for greatest character arc of all time.
So you started glitching there because even the internet was like, let's not do that.
We're not bringing Dragon Ball Z.
It was too much truth in one fucking statement. Vegeta has the greatest character arc. Greatest.
We're not bringing Dragon Ball Z into this.
Yes.
Back to
my
reality, we're talking about
camera is
Loki.
like focusing less because you're bringing Dragon Ball Z into this.
Dragon Ball Z is great.
You said bringing up real characters. You brought up Loki.
All right, we're not gonna talk shit about Loki. Loki had like a 10, 11 year long story arc that ended with him being the god of stories, like in the
Vegeta
most sick way possible. He's not, bro. He gets Lil Bro'd like every fucking episode. Okay, every episode.
So has Loki. Loki literally got strangled by Thanos. He got his neck broken.
Yeah, but we're also talking about the same guy who fucking one-handed or single-handedly dogged on every Avenger that is on the team. Like, let's not pretend like he's just some guy.
We're also talking about Goku, who beats the fuck out of everybody. And he's
that's what I'm saying. We're talking about gods. Goku's not a god. He's a Super Saiyan.
He quite literally is a god.
No.
Yeah, always lose me with this Dragon Ball shit.
In recent canon, he's a Super Saiyan god. Just saying.
Just a little cringe.
Vegeta had the greatest character arc of all time.
Anyway,
I like how I did want to touch on the reason I didn't message back to your question, Korpsx, in the group chat was because I was like, this is a very good podcast question. And I definitely think that Damien was trolling with his answer.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I say?
You were like, so the question was, go ahead, Korpsx. I'll let you ask the question via speech instead of text.
Hold on. What did I put down exactly, though? I don't remember.
Guys, pray for my stonks. They're on the ground.
What did I say? Where is it? Right here. It's the last day of kindergarten and you have the chance to walk home with the child you once were. What would you say to them?
What did I say? Hold on. What did I say?
You said something about like Apple and Tesla stocks or something.
Wait, that is not a troll answer.
This is probably to have my mom and dad invest in Apple and Tesla like every cent.
That's literally every cent.
But that's not like,
bro, because in my head,
that was the means of the question, though.
In my head, much love, okay? But in my head, I'm like, this little kinder motherfucker is not going to remember anything I say. So just, hey, tell your mom and dad, invest every cent you have in fucking Tesla, Apple, and don't worry about 2020 to 2024. Just get your bread up.
The question was meant for a little bit more depth, though. Like, let's be real. Not like, let's get rich, family.
Hey, what's more deep than deep pockets?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, money making Damien. I see you.
Wow, man. Wipe my tears with millions of dollars, okay? Pat.
Who is this guy?
He's a baller.
This liberal talking about white by him.
He's answering these repair calls, man, and it's just got him acting different, bro. He's brand new.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's seeing dollar signs now. He's like, cha-ching.
Because I finally know what's gonna fix my problem. It's just more zeros, okay?
Oh, damn. So more of you.
Exactly.
Man, what a horrible pun.
That was a good one. You put that in there. That was nice.
Okay.
Is that really what you would tell your kindergarten self, though?
Yes. Only because, like, genuinely, like, I would need. No, bro, that's all I have. Okay, that's all I have. All right, and some people are just born with bigger ones, and others are not just blessed, you know. No, but I only think if I was a little bit older, like, can we go maybe like 6th grade? Because at that point, I think I can comprehend a little bit more. Kindergarten, I'm really not. You know, I'm not very enlightened.
I did mean to ask you, Korpsx, like, what made you choose kindergarten? Like, that's such a young age. How old are you? 6?
Because kindergarten, between kindergarten and I think they say it's usually 3rd grade is the most formative years of a child, right? And I think that by kindergarten, most kids are, to a certain degree, self-autonomous. Right, like that's really why they call it terrible twos, because terrible twos is the age of autonomy. But most kids at this point, they can dress themselves, get their clothes on by themselves. They can, they might be tying their shoes, but if they got little slip shoes, they can slip them on. Right, they might be backwards, but they have the motor function to get them on. So it's kind of like, hey, let me catch you at your because that's what we try to say, right? We always want to catch things earlier. We always want to catch things when it first starts. And so I really think of like when people talk about childhood friends, some of the most cherished friends are the first friends you make. And the first grade you're ever in is in kindergarten, right? Unless you're more fortunate to be in pre-K. So it's like, kindergarten. Let's take it to the beginning. Very first step.
I tried to look it up.
They just did their first year at school, and
I think the most transformative years for kids is like 3 to 8 or some shit like that.
Yeah, by ages 3 to 8, I think is when their brain is going through the rapidest amount of growth.
What'd you look up, D?
Sorry, I looked up just how old you are in kinder. You're about 5 years old, yeah.
5 years old, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Because I'm thinking like genuinely, I can't say anything to myself at 5 years old that's gonna retain, that's gonna like stay there. Because although I would imagine it's true that these years are the most formative, it's more about the repetitive behaviors that you see that are going to be the most formative versus the conversation that I could have with 5-year-old me.
Yeah, I think I would just like that's the same thing that I was thinking is like 5-year-old me. I'd be like, man, just keep having fun, like keep making friends, keep having fun, keep doing what you're doing. I don't know how much you could. I think I would more so want to hear like what kindergarten me did on their last day instead of me telling kindergarten me something. Like I want to tell me about your day, man. Like what did you do? Like what did you learn today? Who were you playing with? What did you guys do at recess? Like did you trade anybody food for lunch? I think I'd much rather. I think hear me 34-year-old me. Am I 34? How old am I? 33, 34?
Hello?
I don't. Well, however fucking old I am. I'd much rather hear from like 5-year-old me, and I think that would be way more knowledge.
Like I'd probably give him my problems, and he'd be like, "Well, it's okay," and I'd be like, "You know what? You're right. It is okay."
Yeah. Well, like, what the fuck are you worried about, bro? That's the things that I think about sometimes. Is like people worry about so much shit sometimes that we put into our own heads. And like when we were 5, we were worried about how much more time it's gonna be until I can go play again, or if I go to sleep, I get to wake up and go play with my friends at school tomorrow.
Mm.
And I sometimes I don't understand why the world can't be that simple. You know what I mean? Like it can be that simple.
Like I could imagine myself like me and little me eating a little ice cream sandwich, just sitting on the sidewalk, and just chatting, just like, "What'd you do today?" And
then your dad comes like and be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, that is. So I would hope little me wouldn't take the ice cream sandwich, but in a perfect world where I could just chat with little me, that'd be the ideal little spot, like on the sidewalk, just chatting, eating an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, when I read that message, that's exactly what I thought. Like, I would want to hear what kindergarten me did on his last day. And I feel like it would be way more transformative than me telling him anything.
Okay.
Kind of a trip. I think even like sixth grade me, same thing. Like, dude, your problems are nothing in 6th grade. Like, you think your problems are the biggest, like, my friend's girlfriend's best friend thinks that this guy is hot, but I like her, and like who, like that's your problem? Like, come on, man, that's crazy.
But everybody's biggest problem is their biggest problem.
Yeah,
you'll never talk them out of that,
No, sure, of course. It's just funny to like look back and be like, actually, sometimes like even just hearing somebody's problem, I'm like, it's really not that big of a problem. You know what I mean? Like, you're making it a bigger problem than it actually is.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the bigger. Well, it's not really bigger like that in a sense like that, but it's one of the things that I've noticed. Is a big. It seems like it's kind of the foothold in which a lot of people's traumas kind of stand on is the invalidation. Right. I think I would talk to young Putch and ask him some questions, right? And just, I mean, my life was moving in a certain direction by that time, and I was already very aware of it. And so I would want to hear from him, hear about his day, but then also take a chance to kind of validate what's going on, right? Because like, yeah, there is some problems that are just kind of like, hey, bro, tomorrow this won't really matter, you know? But then at the same time, like Zero saying is the worst thing you've ever been through, and it's true, is the worst thing you've ever been through. So 6th grade me or 8th grade me is like, you guys all had your own sets of problems and shit that was devastating to you at the time. And I just wish that there was more people who are like, hey, bro, I see why that means something to you. Right. But still kind of be like, hey, but tomorrow, I promise you it won't matter as much. Like that.
Right.
That right there.
All right. Bro. I'm gonna push the needle a little bit on this one, just because, and I'm just playing devil's advocate for a second, okay? But don't you think that like feeding into that can be a negative thing growing up? Like the validation of everything that you're going through. Like let me on a day-to-day basis, do you feel like your feelings are validated? Or let's not say now. Let's just say in your 20s. D for you, like maybe like late teens, early 20s. Putch for you and I, like early to mid-teens, right? Do you feel like everything that was said or that we did was validated? And if it wasn't validated, like, did it make you think to yourself, like, fuck, I wish somebody like would have told me I was doing a good job, or like worried about how I felt when really?
Yeah, a million times over. I do it today.
I was gonna say, I think sometimes when it's not validating in either direction, whether it be like a negative thing or positive thing, like somebody saying like, yeah, that is a shitty thing, or like, yeah, you did do a good job, either way, I think it teaches you to kind of self-soothe, almost like a baby, kind of, you know how like you let them cry and they self-soothe. It kind of lets your brain kind of cover the holes for you and be like, but I think it's okay, or I think that's shitty.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, if we start that at such a young age and we're like validating every fucking thing a kid does, right? Mm-hmm. Kid did something bad, you're like, hey, man, you didn't do so good on this. They did good, like, great, every single time, right? Every single time. Like, they're going to look for that validation no matter what. And then even if they did do a good job, if they didn't get validated, like, they're not going to feel like they did a good job, because now we've trained their brain that unless somebody tells them they did a good job, they didn't do a good job.
Well, no, there's also a discipline in teaching them not to crave validation, right? And to have the self-confidence and the self-worth to understand those things, right?
Well, how do you teach that is what I'm saying, without validation.
Well, let's chew on another side of this apple, because I liked a couple of the things that you said right now. I've made similar statements to you guys, like, hey, when somebody like tells me, oh, you're cute or this handsome, it just doesn't get me going.
Sure.
My whole life, especially growing up as a kid, I never got that type of validation. So I did it for myself, right? Like Damien said, I learned how to self-soothe that insecurity because it became an insecurity, right? I learned how to self-soothe, but in that learning of self-soothing, right, now it's hard for me to accept love or accept affection from people where that may be the only way they know how to display it, through words of affirmation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But did your insecurity come from the lack of?
I would say that it was a big factor. Not only the lack of, but then there was also comparison, and then self-comparison that also added into that, right? So that's murky, right? That's why I'm saying that there has to be some kind of teaching along the lines of not craving that chase of that stimulation, right? You've been validated by your parents, you've been validated by your 3 closest friends. We don't need to go over this over and over, right? It's like the same thing with a girlfriend who's like, do you love me? Do you love me? Like the first 3 times is cute, but once we get into the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th time, and it's every day, and we're going through,
you're like, dog, I wouldn't fucking be here if I did.
Like now it's like, shut up, because now you're annoying, and then it turns, well, now you don't love me. It's like,
you're like, matter of fact, I don't. Get the fuck out of my face, Jesus!
Like, what are you gonna do when I hit you with the I don't? You know what I mean?
So there's this weird like push and pull there, right? And so it's a thing where it's like, I would want to affirm with them what they feel, But I would want, to your point, right? I would also want to construct them and reconstruct the idea that, like, but it's only right now. Like, you are capable. You have it in you, right? I'm not going to repeat myself. Let's keep it moving, right? Like, meet them where they are, right, little Pucho? Let me meet you where you are, dog, right? And it's cool. You're watching mom and dad fight, and it sucks, I know. But in 15 years, 20 years from now, you're going to realize it was the best decision that they made, right? Like, all of this will all make sense, dog. Like, just don't worry. Like, I know it sucks. I'm not trying to invalidate that, but I want you to know that it's going to be okay. Like, because I'm quite literally you from the future. Like,
but then, like what Damo said, like, you tell 5-year-old Pucho that, and then he's gonna be like, "Well, can we have popsicles?" You know, like it's not gonna resonate. That's the
I
get what you're saying.
I don't believe that.
I just don't think, like, any 5-year-old. I think a lot of it is retrospective. Like, we think of ourselves. I don't know. You have to give yourself. It's almost like. Sorry, I was bouncing through a lot of thoughts right there. like so looking back at a situation, you could always think like, oh, I was so dumb because of XYZ, or how did I not see XYZ, or whatever the situation may be. But it's always the hindsight is always 2020. So I think genuinely, like, talking to 5-year-olds, you're like, bro, like, nothing's going on up there. Okay, you guys are like fleeting thoughts all the time, and that's fine. That's perfect to be in that age, and just enjoy, like, optimally just enjoying life, or being in whatever emotion you happen to be in. So I just don't think it's gonna have any sort of permanence unless it's like I said, repetitive.
But why does that change though? Like, I don't understand why optimally we can't live the same way now.
It's complexity. Like, your brain just develops more dimension than, like, whatever you're feeling right now. It's whatever you're gonna feel and whatever you have felt, and how all of that combines to right now and what you're gonna do about it for the future.
But I just think that there's memories that you have, whether you can recall them on call. But I think there's memories that you have from your fifth year and before that are so crucially impactful on you. I just think that you don't realize them. I truly think I hear what you're saying.
No, I agree with you on that statement 100%. And but I still think that to this day, right? Like, I was just recently talking about how life is like a fluctuation, right? There's always a fluctuation. Like, things can be going good 1 minute and then they go terribly fucking bad the next minute.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to understand, like, you got to take the good with the bad, and bad is going to happen and good is going to happen. Like, nothing in life is fucking perfect. Nothing in life is always going to be good, and there's nothing that can always be good. So through understanding, like, okay, this is good right now. This is where I am when this is good. This is how I feel when this is good. I know that there's going to be bad coming, but I know what this feeling feels like, and what is it going to take for me to get back to here? And then again, it's going to go down, and then you're going to go back up because you recognize those feelings and you remember how to get back up. But then something else is going to happen because, like D said, there's complexity. There might be a bump in the road over here, and it triggers your brain to think this and that and the other. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, why can't we just learn that it's like, this is what life is. This is okay, what we're going through. And write it out that way without thinking like, oh, I need validation from this, I need validation from that in order for it to be okay. Because I agree that we need validation. Like, there's times where I'm like, oh, I'm fucking up, bro. Like, if somebody told me right now that I'm doing all right, it might make me feel a little bit better.
I think there's other small measures too of validation that we feel through the day that we don't quite register as well too, right? Like, for Save, I know an easy one is certain compliments and certain affirmations from Peanut, right? Like, those hit you in a certain spot. And I know you're like, well, it's because it's my son and I'm his dad and this and that, and like, it makes me happy. But it's like, yeah, but when you kind of go through the layers, there's a little small piece of that kind of affirms, like, damn, I'm doing all right. Like, this is like, everything's good, like, if we're straight, I think on so many levels, all the way down to the most minute stuff. There's just things, because it kind of piggybacked off the thing that we were talking about like, oh God, I just had the question on my mind was, how all bad things can still be used for your own betterment, right? And it's like, damn, well, how would I explain that to a 5-year-old me? Right? How do I explain that to him? How do I, if I could look at him right now and all the shit that's going on with young Putchy right now, like, how do I get, because there was moments that I had with my friends that still stick with me to this day, like from before school. And so it's like, whoa, if that sticks with me, then what could have somebody have said that I would still hold? Like, I don't even know what he meant by that, but I hold on to it, for me to be 33 years old, fast forward and be like, oh shit, that's what you meant. This is what they meant by this. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
I kind of get what you're saying, because like it always comes back to, like, especially us as parents, right? It's that full circle moment when we get mad at our kids or give some type of consequence, and then we say like, but I love you. I hope you understand that I'm doing this because I love you. Like, that was a bad moment in our childhood, but our parents were like literally telling us like, I have to give you this consequence because I need you to understand how the real world works, and I love you enough to give you this consequence. And now like it's full circle because we're kind of doing the same thing. I get where you're coming from. Like, there are some things that resonate, but just because you were told it at 5 doesn't mean you'll understand it at 10, doesn't mean you'll understand it at 15 or 20. Maybe it'll take you to your 30, and then you're like, boom, there's the click moment. Oh shit, now I get, now this little piece of sentence that was stuck in the back of my brain like came full forward, and now I understand what you're saying.
I heard. I was gonna say too, the important, I think, things about those examples though, are who is saying them. So like if young me knows or has some sort of like attachment to me somehow, I think then there's a real argument for like the permanence throughout like life. And then maybe when I'm 20, I think back and I'm like, oh shit, like that was really profound, or like how could that affect me in my life later? But if I'm just a stranger, like I don't think any stranger, no matter how profound the little nugget of information they gave me, would have ever stuck with me unless I had some sort of like visceral like connection, not family wise or friends, just emotional. Like this person, I passed by and we chatted for a long time, for years, and I knew him. He made me feel like I had a connection, a friend beyond like just going to school or whatever, like a lunch lady who was just really cool to me. Like those connections are really important to the things that they say. But if I'm a random person, I would be like, I don't know, that guy said something to me once, maybe, Does that
even if it was like just a profound piece, like just a profound sentence.
Yeah, I don't think it'll.
There's people that can say something to you that will stick with you.
No, I think it's a question of like, or that saying that like you might not remember every part of the movie, but you'll always remember how it made you feel. I think those like emotional things can always tie to like ideas or maybe even sentences that a character said so viscerally because you just felt that and you knew like the words verbatim, but can't tell you what part of the movie necessarily it was from or who said it or why they said it, but it was just something that really stuck with you because it made you feel like a real emotion in that moment.
I would agree with almost everything you said, but there's just there's a portion it feels that you put a lot of weight in who's delivering your information to you, right? Like that makes it hold substance to you.
Like which me personally, or
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty consistent with some other overarching things for you as well. And I think that I would almost disagree a little bit because, well, I agree that when a certain somebody says something to me, it holds a different weight than somebody else saying it to me, right? Like, it's one thing for Save to say I'm a good dancer. It's another thing for Beast to say I'm a good dancer, right? Like, though I value both of their opinions and I fucking love Save, right? Like, I talk to him more than I do my big homie. It's just, it's different hearing that on that particular thing coming from that particular person. So I get that. But there's also something that hits me when my son says it, right?
Yeah.
Or there is a random dude, or there's that fool who I don't like so fucking much. And he's like, hey, bro, you're bucking right now. Thanks. Like, and that hits a certain way, right? Like that just hits me a certain way. There's a certain, life advice that you get from people just standing at the fucking gas station. And it's like, they just said something so profound. Like, life will pass you by if you keep watching it. It's like, yeah, it will. Actually, it fucking will. Right.
And then he's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like that's the best thing I've heard all week. Like, yes, get in the game and go play, dude. Like, like holy smokes, that's profound as fuck. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel I don't know. So I don't want to say like I super disagree, but I would just say maybe I don't know, be loose a little bit, because I feel like I get a lot of great wisdom from very unexpected places.
I would say though, almost everyone except for maybe the gas station had an emotional tie to it. You said like a guy you didn't like, the person that you respect more than somebody else. I think those all have very strong emotional ties to like what you would remember, what you find weighty, and who is saying what.
True, I'll agree on the emotional stance, right? But there's been some great life advice I've gotten from my young son,
Yeah.
And so I also mean like there's a thing even in masonry about a man in his non-age and a man in his dotage, right? So there's like a thing about making a man a mason, like he can't be too young, right? He's got to be a man, like deemed a man, and he can't be too old, right? Like if it's time for him to rest, it's time for him to rest. But from this age to this age, we should be able to learn and be inspired by all these people. It's not always about who's the best worker, who's the smartest, or who's the most knowledgeable. Sometimes it's about who can best work and agree. Like, can we agree on this vision that we got? And so like even now I find myself in a lot of collaboration and co-working with like everywhere from 19-year-old cats to people who are like in their 70s. And I'm like trying to, and I'm in my 30s, and I'm trying to work, and it's like, well, I gotta listen and try to take the wisdom that they're trying to spit to me, and it's I'm not saying that it's easy, right? It is hard, but I just kind of I'm trying to find myself more in that space, I guess.
That's a good I think that's a very good quality, because sometimes somebody that's 70, you think they already have the world figured out. You think they're already like set in their ways, and then you talk to them and then you're like, oh fuck, well maybe he's taking a little bit of knowledge from me, I'm taking a little bit of knowledge from him, we could find a happy median, or maybe I push my way up a little bit or he pushes his way up a little bit, like because he's still learning from you as well. You know what I mean? Like
hopefully
just because he's 70 doesn't mean that he knows more than you do. Like he may have a little bit more wisdom, but that doesn't mean that he knows more or knows the right way to go about things. You know what I mean? So like learning and bouncing off each other is a fucking huge thing. And I've always been, I think that's what I love about this podcast dynamic with us, is like 3 different walks of life. And we're literally sitting here talking about, sometimes we talk about dumb shit, sometimes we talk about prolific shit, but we're still like learning the basis of how to communicate, how to argue with one another, and then still be able to do this the next week. There's never been a time where we've done this and argued, and there's been times where we've genuinely argued on this fucking podcast that we've ever been like, I don't want to do this next week. Like, fuck you. Like, I'm not doing this again. You know what I mean? And I think that's a perfect example of how that type of shit works.
Yeah,
maybe it's because we're all guys,
no, but also like we all know the integrity of like where the line is without necessarily having to spell it out. Like it's if somebody were to be like, yo, and your mother's I'll be like, whoa, chill out, man, what the fuck are we talking about?
Well, yeah, but I don't think any of us would ever.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that route though.
We all know. And like we have the respect. We all have the respect for each other.
See, and I think there's a.
But I don't even mean like within this triangle. I just mean like I know life. For a fact. Yeah, like I know for a fact D and Putch would never be like, well, your mom's a fucking piece of shit. Like she should have, you know what I mean? Like she should have swallowed you. Like fuck you. That's why your dad. You like neither one of you guys would ever go that route, ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's important. That's like super fucking important.
I might. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Part of me was like, if I'm never gonna see you again, and I really don't respect you,
nah, you wouldn't. Let's be real, you wouldn't.
Nah,
listen, I might.
I'm gonna leave your.
I think you have it in you. I think you have it in you to do that, but you wouldn't do that.
No, I might call you a motherfucker just because I say that.
Motherfucker ain't.
Ooh, but that kind of gets me though. Like if that's like the first thing out your mouth, and I'm like, oh, you're a piece of shit, or like, hey, dumbass, like. If you're just like, hey, motherfucker, like, whoa, buddy, whoa.
What's wrong with fucking mothers?
It's a little tangy,
Whoa.
What's wrong with fucking mothers?
You want to talk about mothers? It's your fucking mother time, yeah? Okay, like that just, I don't know, that just kind of sets me on a different footing. I mean, I try not to get too caught up with people in curse words because I curse a lot, right? I'm trying to do better. I think I've done better recently. Yeah, I just think as long as everyone, and I think this is an overarching theme that we've covered a million times throughout the podcast, and I think it was one of the things I even thought about when thinking about the stupid question I posed earlier is I think as long as everybody can find the extractable good from something or someone, you know, everything is to our benefit. And I don't know, I have a whole faith behind it. Like everything is beneficial for us if we deem it so, you know. And I think a relationship, whether it's, you know, in passing or, you know, this is your coworker and this dude's 76 years old and he's an old white dude who's from Alabama who remembered a time when, you know, he had his own water fountain, you know, I remember we had our own water. Ah, damn, these some bitches is on commercials. Like, you know, like, all right, Mr. Willis, like, but you take a second and like you extract the good out of it. And I know we've touched on this topic too, and I know all of us kind of stand on different spots with this, but it's like even somebody as, to me, right, somebody as vile as that type of behavior, you know, like there's still extractable good. There's still reasons how they got there for me to understand. Don't have to agree with. There's still good, obviously, that they're doing now because they're not in jail. So there's maybe something I could learn from there. And maybe I can also learn why I don't want to be like you, bro. Maybe I can learn a little bit about myself. Like, what about me is so off-put by you? Like Dinkelberg from the Fairly Odd Parents, when his dad sees him, he's just like, Dinkelberg, like for no reason, just off-put by the man's sole presence. And it's like, okay, if your presence bothers me that bad, why? What about? And not because I'm on some moral high ground. Like, why? What about it? What? Let's figure that out. Like, I just think there's even little 5-year-old Putch could understand that, dog. Like, everything is learnable.
Bro, that is, you literally hit everything that I've ever like said or done or whatever. You hit each nail on the hammer with each thing that you were saying just now, and it's just like there's so much extractable good, and we have the power mentally to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's learnable, like you said. I can learn. I don't sit here extracting good from everybody because I have to. But it's what's gonna do me more good, extracting the good or soaking in the bad?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is gonna benefit me? At the end of the day, how am I gonna feel better? Am I gonna feel better because I pointed out every single bad thing that happened, or I was disciplined enough to be able to extract maybe the one small minuscule good thing that happened within that and progress?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I know there's.
That's crazy. Give me 2 seconds.
That's crazy.
I just know there's deep waters out there that people are dealing with. And I think for so long we've allowed ourselves to numb our senses and numb these callings through alcohol, weed, sex, pornography, movies, TV, all the music, all the stuff, right? And I think that now we've gotten so far removed because of this, and I'm going to speak for America alone, right? Like this lifestyle of luxury that we've upheld for the past like 75 years, I think has dulled the senses, and that's why our kids right now are in like turmoil. Like they're they're everywhere. Like when you see the kids and talk to teenagers and see the high schoolers, there's just a very odd. It just seems like an odd trend going on. I don't know.
It just goes back to the social media thing for me. It's like people see and believe the type of things that they want, that these other people, these creators, know that that's what people want. So they create that type of content so people can latch onto it to believe that that's like an actual real thing.
Okay.
Not saying that it's not a real thing, right? But that it just comes as frequent as not.
So I do have I have a particular stance on social media. So I'll partially agree with you though, right? A lot of it is exacerbated by social media, right? Social media. I think that we can also say that we also need to go back to an earlier point that I made of teaching kids about not to crave affirmation through external sources, right? Like I'm trying to be consistent on that. But I also want to be consistent on the idea is what the fuck was our parents' excuse? What was mine and your parents' excuse for being assholes? Right? We didn't have social media.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it, right? And I still look at my dad the same way, is that my dad is there to make sure that I'm set for life. That I'm, both my parents are there to make sure that I'm set for life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, the reason I bring up my dad is because he's like so stoic, and he's an immigrant, and the life in America is different than it is in other places. Mm-hmm. So the way my dad knows how to or the way that my dad thought the way to raise children is like that, right? Like I'm setting you up for the rest of your life. I got to save all the money. I got to buy my house. I got to show you, quote unquote, show you what it is. But you need to do better than I do. So you need to go to school. You need to go to college. You need to make more money. You need to care for your children better, whatever the case may be. So like that's the stance, right? It's like you need to be better. The only way for me to show you how to do better is that if you fuck up, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and now you know that you can't do that. And that's consequences because it's showing you for life. Except for my manager is not gonna bend me over a chair and whoop my ass with a belt. I'm gonna get fucking fired. But I have to I then can't be mad at my manager for firing me because I didn't live up to what I was supposed to do. Therefore, there's consequences to that. Mm-hmm. So like that's the parental idea. But now we live in a different age, right? Where we gotta like also do that, but then live in a society where it's like you can't talk to your kids like that anymore. You can't do that to your kids anymore. You can't. So now it's like a teeter-totter, right? Like if one of the parents at Peanut School found out that I whooped his ass with a belt, I'm getting CPS called on me.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
It might be.
I don't know if that's true. I think
by a belt.
No, I think this idea that like parents aren't like this anymore is an online idea. I think it's because it's perforated online, like only online. I think parents are very much still like this. Like kids get ass whoopings, bro.
I will definitely disagree with you.
I'm not saying all of them. There's probably more people not getting ass whoopings today than there was prior. More. Yes, that's probably true. But they do still get fucking. And I wouldn't even say like majority of people are not whooping their kids. I think.
I would visit a first grade class, bro. Visit a second.
Yeah, but we're talking about like.
I will say from a logistical knowledge that number is staggering zero. one, and I'll throw out some stats. No, it's staggering, my friend. I will give you 3 stats.
There definitely is a majority of kids that are not getting whooped.
Yes,
majority.
It is a staggering number.
Wait, out of 100%, back when you guys were kids, what do you think the percentage would have been? Just vibes.
I would say at least 92%. High 80s and above. Yes, high 80s.
I'm gonna say like 92% kids are getting whooped.
To not get spanked by your parents was a surprise. Like what?
Then what do you think? Like if you had to guess this generation, so are you including my age, like in this statistic of not?
I'm saying right after your age. Right.
Okay, so like you'd be like 18. Is that what you're saying?
18 to Peanut's age. 18 to like.
You're not getting whooped.
No.
Oh, I mean, the drop is extravagant. I would say maybe down into the 30s. I would say maybe.
I was gonna say like 25%, maybe.
This is like across the whole U.S.
I will give you a couple stats to use in correlation, my friend. First off, those type of ass whoopings, and I'm going to give you 2 other stats to back this up, generally come from a singular household, right? Where you got mom and dad in the house. 2, because when you have a split household, this is when this whole new movement of, hey, you can't do that to me, right? That's when that started happening, because moms and dads started having disagreements on how they wanted to punish the kids, and the kids started going between houses, and that's all documented, right? Then thirdly, I don't know a state right now, I've looked it up. There's not a state right now that allows corporal punishment. And so when you're divorced from your wife, or you have a baby mama or a baby daddy case with custody, in that custody order, there is no corporal punishment allowed in no case, no way, no shape, no form. It is not allowed by the state in which you reside.
Corporal punishment? What is corporal punishment? What is that?
Spankings.
Oh.
I'll get you.
But from the school?
From a parent.
Oh.
It restricts a parent. Corporal punishment is the intentional use of physical force to cause pain or discomfort as a penalty for misbehavior, including actions like spanking, hitting, slapping, or pinching, aiming to stop an offense and change future conduct. Though research shows it's ineffective and harmful, leading to increased aggression and long-term negative effects, with growing global efforts to ban it, especially for children.
I don't know if I agree with that one. I don't
agree with none of that.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know if I agree with like the verbiage in divorce paperwork saying anything about corporal punishment. I don't know if I can get behind that one, but I do know that there are like laws that are trying to be put into place.
I have a court order
to avoid corporal punishment.
But also, like would you say
I have a court order?
There are things that change throughout time, right? But there was a point in time where we thought smoking cigarettes was super healthy. Maybe not super healthy, but was fine to do, even as childbearing was happening.
True.
So studies, statistics, even socially, because we're all social animals, scientists do these studies to figure out what actually works. Like I've heard a lot of people say that, not a lot of people, I should say. I've heard that there are studies done on like things like fat shaming. Trigger word, guys. Fat shaming is not helpful at all when trying to convince somebody to lose weight, and does like
yeah, it is.
no, that's what you're thinking. You're like anecdotal wait.
But
experience.
What is like the definition of fat shaming? Saying something to the other person that they should lose weight.
Like anytime that they reach for a Snickers, you go moo. Like that's.
Yes. I think
that's fat shaming.
That's like way too far.
No. I'm joking. But I'm just talking.
That's horrible. I shame you for saying that. That was fucked up because we both laughed and now it makes us look like assholes.
That was funny.
I made the joke.
That was fucking funny, dude.
I made the joke. Okay, so anybody wants to get mad at you can get mad at me. But I'd have to look at the studies exactly what they're defining as like fat shaming. But overall, I would imagine
you got to be careful with that type of shit, right? Because you can be labeled as any of the isms by saying something slight, like or something minuscule.
It wasn't even like.
So what is considered that? Like, what does a study show? You know what I mean? Like, if you got fat, right? D, and I'm like D. bro, what's going on? Like, you gotta
That's
like,
not. That's
are you all
not,
right? You gotta get back in the gym. You gotta like lift some weights again, man. You all right? Like, but what I'm saying is, to some, that could be considered fat shaming.
I think to
like,
most
like,
reasonable minds,
that
is not what it means.
There's not a lot of reasonable minds in this world anymore.
There is though.
There's not.
There is. I promise you, there is. Listen. I have to hold out hope. Okay, I have to. For my generation. Okay, I have to.
I'm just interested in the day that, because since you guys want an AI fucking utopia, when AI takes over our brains,
who wants the AI utopia?
Listen, Punch.
If you take out human error, okay.
I want driving cars to drive themselves. Okay, self-driving cars are based and awesome, and nobody can ever shit on them.
Cars on the road that are AI. We want a utopia that's AI.
I'm just interested. Like, what is insult gonna look like, right, when we have brain fucking chips, robots in our head, and there's no layer of insult, like, right, like what I'm perfectly trying to communicate to you is perfectly coming off. Like,
it's like that with a lot of things, right? Like on Sunday I was hanging out with one of the baseball dads. We were watching football, and he's a coach in Peanut's league. And so he was like telling me what was going on with the coaching. We couldn't get the 4 friends together. 2 kids are on one team, 2 kids are on the other team. And I thought that was a good thing. And he also agreed with me. And we're about the same age. I think he's like maybe 2 years older than I am. And I was like, this will allow them to be competitive, like maybe talk shit a little bit to each other and like in a competitive nature. But like that is not an accepted thing anymore. You know, like, oh, we're friends going against each other. Good job, pal. Good job doing that. No, like, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna beat you. I want to be competitive and beat you. Like, what is wrong with that?
I'll say some people are just also not competitive, though. To be fair, some people just don't have that. Like, oh, I like you. Listen, all respect, but you're fucking not winning.
Is that
shitting on you?
Is that a lack of something though?
I think some people just don't have. Yeah, I think some people just don't have that. I don't know how common that is or not common. Some people just can't give a fuck about like that. They don't have that. Like, as soon as there's a scoreboard, now I'm eating your face off, bitch.
Well, but it doesn't have to be even a scoreboard involved. Like, shouldn't you be competitive in some type of nature?
I will say that. I will say for men that there has been. I'm not going to get too conspiracy theorist. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
The water's making the frogs gay.
Yeah,
they are.
What was that from?
It's Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Oh, hold on, I got something else.
I've heard that a couple times this week.
Remind me, say Putch frogs are gay, and I will tell you a fact.
Stop.
Wait, what was I on right now?
The frogs are gay.
No, we're talking about men and their competitiveness and their.
I just think that there's been a docilization of men. I think that there's a, like. It was cool when guys started becoming emotionally intelligent, right? Like that was cool. Like we started like kind of understanding our feelings and we could communicate a lot better. And
yeah, we had a podcast 5 years ago about this, almost 6 years ago about this.
Like, yeah, like, hey, like it's cool that we're kind of getting on this wave.
And I.
Like,
I was
like everyone.
Putch and I did an episode about like mental health and like men talking about their mental health. We had a very serious talk about how it could be detrimental to like the male figure, like what an actual male looks like.
Yeah, because you don't want to be out there talking about all your weak moments all the time. Like that's not good, right? And we can get into all that, but I just think that there was this is where I don't want to get too conspiratorial, is that there was a herd of men who kind of veered off and they went down that detrimental lane, and then that detrimental lane kind of caught fire in a certain way over here, and it's like men who are super competitive or like toxic masculinity, and see, this is the patriarchy at work, and it becomes like all these annotations where it's like, no, I just want to win. Like, sorry about it. Like, maybe that is something masculine inside of me. I don't know. I just fucking want to beat you at something. Like, I get off on that. Like,
it's part of my brain that chases lions and fucking eats raw meat.
I would be the dude in the village who would be hunting all the time, and I would have mad golden rocks, like all these rocks. Like I would have them because I would be spending all my time going out there and fucking getting them.
But do you think that the competitive nature is only against other men? Ooh.
No, I think that competitive nature is with women as well, bro.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody's fucking getting it, especially on the dance floor, bro. Now I know my limitations.
These hands are rated E for everybody.
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
I say Damien you ain't punching no woman.
No, I'm not. Ain't nobody punching nobody. I'm not punching anybody. I'm just saying, you want to go rounds in Mario Kart, Cisco? That like you're the best. Kind of got me heated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Whenever you want this loss, I got you.
You got me shaking over here.
I think there's
Damie's gonna pull out some fucking golden controller or some shit.
Yeah, deadass. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this thing. I had it in my back pocket.
See, bro, like in just dudes, I think there was a demonization and docilization of boys getting together and playing video games, right? Because I think this is where we had, and I like this word, I think this is where we released our microaggressions and allowed like this fucking locker room. Hey, you fucking suck, bro. Pick a different player, dog. You keep going down the same thing. Like, it turns into that really fast. But those are the funnest nights, especially if everybody's getting along and you have the right crew of people together.
Yeah, and I've honestly said this before because like my group of friends from high school, nobody has ever talked more shit about me or to me than those guys. And I don't think I've ever talked more shit about anybody or to anybody than those guys. And we're like the best. Those are my brothers. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact that the day that I die, somebody's making a joke. Somebody's making a joke about me. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like when I hear about like kids getting bullied at school and stuff, and they're like anti-bullying. I understand anti-bullying. I'm against bullying. But sometimes you need a little bit of shit talk to you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes somebody gotta say something about your mom, and you gotta buck up and show them you can't talk shit about your mom anymore. Like Pina got poked in the eye today at practice, and I didn't even notice. And as I'm walking out, his mom is like, "So why did he poke you in the eye?" And I was like, "Who the fuck?" Because I'm with the other kids, and I'm like, "So why did he poke you in the eye?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then I was like, "Well, what'd you do after he poked you in the eye?" And he's like, "I asked him why he poked me in the eye." And I said, "Well, how about next time you don't ask him and you just fucking hit him?" You know what I mean? Like, if he pokes you in the eye, fucking hit him. What the fuck is wrong with you? If you poke me in the eye, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh man, why'd you poke me in the eye?" I would be like, "Fucking poke your ass back," you know. Yeah. But then that goes, that means a lot of my eye for an eye bullshit, but.
Yeah, true. Quite literally.
Sometimes you gotta learn to get to no eye for an eye. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Can't let nobody fuck with you. Just can't let nobody fuck with you like that. You know what I mean?
Then I don't know if you agree with eye for an eye.
I don't agree for an eye for an eye. I don't like.
Well, then what does make it? That's contradictive. It's either eye for an eye or it's turn the other cheek. You gotta pick one.
No, it's not
on everything. I'm not saying in everything, but I'm saying because obviously I wouldn't agree with this. This is like I agree. Sometimes it is eye for an eye. There are some levels.
Sounded so contradictive, and I don't like that at all.
But there it's like, but it's like situational too. Like you do have to take into consideration the situation. Like if you can't be eye for an eye if your little 5-year-old comes and like socks you as hard as he can. You're like, all right, dog, you wanted to go. That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes it's like, he whatever, it's fine. So it's not always eye for an eye. It is situational.
Kind of fucked me up a little bit.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of examples. I like that they're both. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I had a stroke right now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That was good though, Butch. We understand. We could take two.
Did you give me? Okay.
I got you. We're right here. Okay.
No, I think there's a power in knowing how to let go of a situation, right? And yes, knowing how to turn the cheek. Is it going to, extracting it for my benefit? You know, does me hitting this young man benefit me in any way? Right. I think most times no, but then there is times yes, right? Like I do believe that there is a time to reap and a time to sow, right? A time for peace and a time for war. And so I think if somebody has sown this type of reaction, then yes, I will reap that reaction and I will take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you thinking that you can just poke me in my eye and poke me in my eye and poke me in my eye, dog, by the second time, I'm gonna go ahead and sock you in the throat. Like this is like, you know, the first time maybe we could laugh it off. Maybe it was an accident, right? Because I don't want to be so quick to react. I don't want my son to be like that either, especially nowadays, right? Like he's
yeah, but I think there's a difference between like knowing that something was purposeful and accidental.
I think that gets blurry for kids. I think that gets blurry for us.
Sometimes you just have intrusive thoughts as kids, and you're like, boom.
I mean, how many times did you go to tell you, oh my God, and it's because you guys were out there, they're out there wrestling in the front yard and they got poked in the eye or they bonked you in the nose. Yes, it was an accident. Get out there and go play. But to them, that shit was on purpose. It was devastating. Dad, go do something about it. And it's like, no, dog, you got to go out there and go play. So sometimes it'd be like that. And you know, so it's a delicate dance, you know, but sometimes you got to teach them. Yes, you do.
I don't even care if it's like on Sunday, I was with Peanuts, like some of Peanuts' parents, friends parents, and like I don't even care if it's one of them, you know what I mean? Like if one of those kids did something wrong to you, you stand up for yourself and then I'll deal with the parent, you know what I mean?
Elijah had a bully and it got to be that. Thankfully the principal got involved before we had to get involved, so yeah, there's like I was even telling his mom, like, yeah, I don't want him to be that kid, right, where he just beats somebody up. But at the same time, like, he can't go to a place where he's required to be and it be a misery to him because of somebody, right? And it's not because he's got a mean teacher or he's does a lot of homework. Like, no, this kid, he spits on me, or oh, he's done this, or oh, he's done that. Like,
well, hell no.
Yeah,
I'd much rather my kid comes home with a black eye and know that he did something about it than just like then did nothing.
Yeah.
Then did nothing.
And then it was the whole he got spit on thing where it was like, I guess the teacher caught it before Elijah realized what had happened, right? But then it got to us and it was like, whoa, like, hey.
Spit on is like I think we talked about this in a podcast one time.
That's worse.
Spitting on is like a no, nothing. Like there's no talking.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's that one. And I think that's pretty universal. That and the open hand slap from a lady to a dude is like grab him. Everybody goes, grab him. Like, because they know, ooh, shit about to get bad, boy. Like, this shit just got bad.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be punched by a woman than slapped.
The open hand slap, like, yeah, take a crack at me. Like, the open hand slap is just like,
wait, so like to face?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I don't know if I feel this,
bro.
I'd much rather
spit to come out your mouth, boy. She gets spit to come out your mouth.
That's why I always told Peanut, like, slap. If somebody does something to you, slap them in the mouth. That's what I always tell them, because that is the most like disrespectful shit that you could ever do. If a woman ever slapped me in the mouth, I would feel so disrespected. Like, that, like I know I done fucked up.
Would go.
There's no coming.
I've definitely gotten slapped, and I was pissed. But I was like, I was just pissed because, like, why are you doing this? Like,
what did you do?
What's
to
going
get
on?
Slapped? What did you do to get slapped?
I can't. Oh, I no. It wasn't. I didn't do anything. Truly. Like, if I did some shit. No, wait. Because I'll
you don't just get slapped for no reason.
No. It wasn't no reason. But I didn't do anything, and I can't say it online. But it was a crazy situation with my ex-girlfriend. She wasn't. But she wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I was pissed because, like, you're already doing too much and making people think crazy shit of me, and and you're coming at me acting outrageous,
and now you're doing
slapping me in front of people. Like, what the fuck are we on? What are you doing? People? Yeah, like everybody was going to the bus.
What'd you do? Did you cry?
In high school.
Please tell me.
No, I didn't cry. I like grabbed her because she like was continuously, and I grabbed both of her hands. I'm like, you need to chill the fuck out right now. Please relax. You're like coming in at 100. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Please relax.
I didn't say please relax. This is not verbatim, but I did grab both of her hands. Like,
I bitch if you hit me again.
Boy, you'll get him one more time.
No, if I grabbed both of her wrists, and I wasn't like fucking trying to break her shit or anything, but I was like, I need you to stop hitting me because I need to know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, I hadn't done anything. It was just she was angry about
another girl's fucking picture on Instagram.
No, we weren't together. We weren't together. That's the craziest shit.
Louise.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, I was super pissed. So I guess I get that. I've never been slapped because of something I've done though.
I've got yachted a few times. I don't know. I got yachted one time when we were in Vegas, and I don't even remember really what happened, but they're just like, yeah, old girl slapped the hell out of you. I was like, oh shit. They're like,
I've only been slapped by a woman one time, and it did not end well for me.
Ooh,
it was bad.
I'm trying to think.
But I did the same thing. I like grabbed her, like, don't you ever fucking put your hands on me again. I told the story of my 21st birthday, and I got punched in the forehead by a Samoan guy, and I ran away.
In between, wait, is this in between? Like you were saying, you were in between like two cars, and then like
no, that was the first time I ever got jumped. Yeah,
okay.
It was a story I told about my brother's ex-girlfriend on my 21st birthday, and she was dancing with like one of my boys, and I got pissed off about it. And I was like, how are you going to come out with me and you're dating my brother and you're like grinding your ass on my homie's dick? And then she slapped me because I called her like a slut or something like that.
Whoa.
And she slapped me in the mouth and I grabbed her so fast. I don't think I've ever had that fast of reflexes in my life. And I grabbed her and I was like, don't you ever fucking hit me again. And then everybody jumped on me. Yeah. I wasn't gonna hit her. Like I would never hit her. I would never hit a woman. I would never hit a woman, bro. No, I wasn't gonna hit her. I promise you, I wouldn't.
No, but everybody's like first instinct is like, oh shit.
Yeah, but she slapped me.
I know
her. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to just take more to the face. Like what the fuck?
Cisco as he's getting grabbed, he's like, let me go. Let me. Like, bro, you are not helping your case.
No, it was bad, bro. And then like these other guys saw and they reacted. They thought I was gonna hit her, and I was like, I would never hit a woman, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna restrain you. Like I'm not gonna let you keep fucking hitting me.
Mm.
I'm little, bro. I'm a little guy.
You're not little, Cisco. You're the perfect size.
I'm the perfect size.
Yes. Oh, dog. No. Dog, no.
The perfect size is crazy.
The big ones hurt, okay?
I don't like that.
I
don't like that one. Goes back to our 12-inch conversation.
Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm like,
don't worry about that.
Korpsx is like, I'll find somebody.
He said, I'm trying to hurt.
If there's somebody who's like, the big
I'm leaving a lasting impression.
I know I need to walk out. That's all I know. I need to bounce.
Yeah, that is bad. It's all bad.
I can't believe somebody slapped you in the mouth or in the face, D.
Me? Yeah, who slapped me? Just perfect out here.
I definitely got slapped, by a crazy ex-girlfriend maybe once or twice, but shit happens.
Happens.
You get a little lippy. Get a little drunk, get a little lippy.
Wait, you get lippy or the girl gets lippy?
We're all getting lippy.
Yo, what?
The dude here at the end of the bar is getting lippy. Like, hey, buddy, who do you think you're talking to? Like, now we're arguing. Now it's a fucking fiasco. It's like, hey, dumb bitch. And then what? It's like, oh,
dumb bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dumb bitch is definitely a reason to get slapped.
It's a reason to get. I never said it wasn't deserving. I've just said it's happened. So
that's crazy. It was definitely wild.
It's definitely a wild one. And they were good times, but you live and you learn.
We're all doing it for the first time.
I don't think I could ever sit there and call someone a dumb bitch. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Ooh, no, I could definitely find a list of reasons why I would call somebody that.
No, I'm talking about like a partner wise.
Ooh, yeah. Well, that's when you learn that that's the end. Like, you know,
when it's the end, you just put all the cards on the table.
That's when you realize right there in this moment, it is over. Like it is done. Dumb bitch.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you can get pretty dark if I know that I'm never gonna see you again. I really don't give a fuck about you. It can get dark, but I'm like, that's not my default.
Other? To a significant
no. No, unless they did some mad fuck shit to me. Even then, probably not. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably not.
A woman's face is kind of
that's crazy.
Kind of a hard one.
Yeah, well, you had to have been there.
Korpsx like, hey, well, check that one off my list.
Yeah, I had to have been there, buddy. It was a good time. I'm telling you. Whoa. You know, hey, listen. I'm not gonna hit a lady. I will say some fucked up shit though. All right, I'm being honest, but I will say sometimes shit just happens.
And I don't know what that means.
And I just
like, oh, sometimes the knife pops up. You never know where it came from.
You know, sometimes shit just happens, and it's like I'm funny, you know, so I'm making a joke, and sometimes it's like. You're making a joke at the wrong
way. This is going the wrong way.
No,
you get cheap viewers on Stream Boo right now.
Oh, remove the space, they said though.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know. How are these people finding me?
They're just bots.
Platforms, bro.
They're just bots.
They just go on live streams.
I think they're hearing me talk right now, and they're like, "Oh, the FBI agent's like,
Except every time
we want more viewers to hear about how you would call somebody a dumb bitch.
And that was an accident. Like that's the whole thing. It's
an accident.
I say sorry. I get a little ahead of myself. I'm a jokester, and sometimes I be forgetting. Like, hey man, you can't say that in jokes. Not with everybody. Like, you know.
Nah, sometimes sorry don't work for me, bro.
Yeah, sometimes it just don't.
Fuck you. If you tell me fuck you like for real. Especially a woman. If you tell me fuck you, like sorry doesn't really work for me on that one.
Yeah, like if we're arguing and we're like, fuck you, like that's
I don't have like a large capacity of forgiveness for people that do things when they're mad.
That's weird because I feel like I've extended the most grace in those moments. Mainly because
I try to, but I can't. Sometimes it's hard for me.
Yeah,
you knew what the fuck you were doing. Opposite. You knew what the fuck you were doing.
I think though sometimes people like I've been trying to figure out because I had this thought today, and I've been trying to figure out how to weave it in like a good way, not in like the way that we've been talking, but just like I guess develop a question in the best way possible. So there's like feelings that I feel very detached from, where it's almost like clothing, where I can kind of take it off and watch it, right? Like anger to me is this emotion, right? I could like, it feels very, the only way I could explain it is like a cocoon that I can like come out of, and I know it's there, and it feels really bad. Like it feels like I want to fucking do some shit, but I could watch it and I could not react, and I could see how everything feels.
But I've been there with you before. Yeah,
and
do that work.
Yeah. And like in those moments, I feel really good that I can kind of more calculate what I'm gonna do next, because I'm not letting that emotion like drive whatever my decision is next. I could very much be detached from my anger. But today I was kind of realizing that like frustration is what anger is to other people to me. Frustration, for whatever reason, is, I could only describe it like a suit of molasses. Like I can't get it off, and it just like it like comes over me, and I can't like shake it for some reason. Like it affects how I might speak to somebody, and I really try not to, but it's really hard. Like I really have to like meditate and like give myself the pause of like, it's okay, it's all good, we're chill. Like nothing's going on. You might be frustrated on a couple things, but like nobody around you deserves that. And like try to make sure that you are not giving people a hard time because you're frustrated. But it's really hard for me. Like all day today I was frustrated, and it was I just felt it always, and it was like always on me, and I could never get it. It was annoying, but I just want to see if there was anything like that for you guys.
Yeah, there's actually there's scripture about that, right? And it's described that way too, right? Of putting on a cloak of a cloak and robes, right? Of sadness and of peace. Yeah, and I remember, oh, this was like 2020 to like 2023, right? I was listening to Headspace on a like regular basis, right? Meditating super heavy. And there was like this, there was this thing where I really kind of got into with meditation, and I need to do it more often because I've been out of my body recently in a couple different ways. And I need to kind of get back inside myself and kind of be like, seeing it like I can't remember exactly how he said it. I was listening to this podcast, Wisdom of the Sages, and Headspace around the same time, right? And Wisdom of the Sages is where I got the whole computer analogy. Right? He was talking about how somebody sitting at the computer and the programs. And then in Headspace, it was talking about how your mind isn't even the blue skies, because that's affected by sun. Like, think of just stars and all of that. Go beyond even that, right? Like, there is a space there for you to be. Like, everything else is just layers in between, right? But there's a space of tranquility. There's somewhere out there in the vacuum, right? Like, to be there. That's where everything else is just the layer. So this, all this frustration or anger or anxiety, whatever word you want to put on that shirt that I have at that moment. That was I really like that. I like that analogy. Yeah, taking off that robe and being like, I can hang this right here. Like, it's still there. The problem, whatever's putting me in that space, is there. Like, that's there. But I'm here. But I'm here.
Yeah, there's a big separation. Yeah.
That's there. Yes. It's still mine.
Yeah.
Yes, my friend. And that's why I wouldn't. I'm trying to be at more peace with people who are speaking to me in their anger, right? Even though it might still be consequential to them and even detrimental to them in our friendship. I'm trying to still give some kind of grace and mercy on that. Because it's hard. It's hard. Sometimes that shit's heavy, right? Like, because I could have wronged them, and they're saying something to me in a way because I've hurt them, and so I don't get to dictate how they bring that back to me, right? You know what I mean? Like, I just have a way of how I process it. And so I would rather be in front of that processing and be like, oh, there's something going on with you, B, like, and you're just coming at me this way, like, oh, like, let's clear space. Let me clear some space for you real quick. Let's talk, like, let's get 2-3 hours into this conversation. If you still feel this way, that's okay. But if you're still talking to me this way,
3 hours in the conversation is crazy.
Yeah. If you can still feel that way, but you ain't going to still talk to me that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's where I feel
I think that's so I kind of am that way too, right? And honestly, I think Damien is the only person that have seen this firsthand. And now that I think about it, it was that time where this dude was talking crazy at work. And like, I try and give a lot of grace to people, right? Because my brain doesn't function the same way as your brain does. I tend to like dilute problems sometimes because I try and find the good in those issues. So I dilute the bad and try and like bring up the good. But I think it's like, if you talk to me a certain way, I think sometimes that goes out the window for me. Sometimes, because even with this dude, this situation, right? I remember like very vividly, the dude texted me some crazy shit, and Damien and I were out on a walk, and I was like, I'm not gonna let it get to me. Like, I'm not gonna say shit. I like, don't worry, bro. Like, I got your back. Blah 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 blah. But we're in the elevator, and I don't remember if I got another text message from him or not while we were in the elevator, but as soon as I saw his face, like I just like was like I just saw red, you know, and I was like, I need to meet this problem head on, and I don't give a fuck, like I don't give a fuck how the situation is gonna play out.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna talk to me this way, especially when I didn't have anything to do with this situation. I had nothing to do with what was going on, and you're just gonna continue to like berate and talk to me this certain way. And like I went right up to this dude's face and like and then after I like apologized to Damien, I was like, I fucking handled this the wrong way. This is not the way that I should have handled this. And very, very very few times will I slip up like that, because I do like to think about, oh, okay, what is this person going through, or what is this, how could this person view what the fuck this situation is, and that's why they're coming at it like this, and then let's try and like figure it out from there. But I can't lie. If you talk to me a certain way, especially like with the fuck you, the getting hung up on, the you're a bitch, and continue to berate me in like via text message, I don't work well with those things, because you know what you're doing before you do it. Like if you say fuck you to me, or if you're berating me with a bunch of shit, or you hang up on me, or like that's not instinctual. You know what the fuck you're doing. So I have less grace for that type of shit. Like if you want to talk and you want to figure shit out, and you're open to like, hey, my bad, you know what I mean? But I don't know. And but I do agree, like not a lot of people's brains work the same way that ours do. But you got to have enough sense. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like if I do this to you, it's going to make you upset. And just because I give you more grace doesn't mean that I can't be upset.
Yes.
I agree with that.
You're very true. That's very true.
Yes. I just think that it's hard. Like the reason I give the most grace is because it is, even though it's not my reflex, because I watch the emotion, I'm very separated from it. I understand watching it, how you get there. If it's because like for me, there are certain things like the frustration that is on me, and like thank goodness it's not like something super destructive, and I can still understand that it is way closer to me than anger is, and realize that in my real life, so that way I try not to have it affect the people around me as much as I can. But having something that close affect me, it gives me a better understanding of how anger can affect somebody, because in the moment these are a lot more quick like thoughts and emotions and actions that have to be coming out of people's mouths, and you're not always thinking about something long term, and you just want to
but it doesn't make them less real. You know what I mean? Like thoughts are thoughts. If
I
think certain things, I'll never know that you thought those things.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. But if you said that to me, or you did the action towards me, you can't take it back.
No,
and you did that. You did that out of a response. I don't care if it was the right response or the wrong response, but you did that towards me. And then for you to come back and apologize and be like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sure, you didn't mean to do that, but it was what you wanted at that time. And that's not a very easy task for me to get over. You know what I mean? Like you felt that emotion towards me, that type of I don't want to say hatred, because that's such a bad word, but like you wanted to inflict hurt. You know what I mean? And if I'm the type of person that you want to inflict hurt on, then that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. The way I look at it, that's the way I look at it.
I would agree with almost everything you said, except the last part of inflicted on you. I think that there sometimes needs to be an exaltation, right? And also and like a separation from this thing of like you're you, right? You are you, right? And they are going through something sometimes, bro, that's got nothing to do with you. Sometimes it's got something to do with you, But either way, 98% of the way that they're going to react and the way that they are choosing to react, bro, stems from something way past that's got anything to do with you. Got anything to do with you. So yes, all of these actions like Damo, bro, I'm trying to get there. Is not only am I watching this happen and kind of be like, ooh, this thing is crashing out. Like this person's crashing out, right? But understanding that they're crashing out in front of me, towards me, it's okay. It's just towards me. They're not like, they don't mean to hurt me. They've been hurt. So this is the only way they know how to react. Hurt people. They don't want,
guns don't kill people. People kill people. No,
but I will say
I agree with you on that statement. I agree with you 100% on that statement.
They hurt people.
But I also agree with Cisco that like the first thought that came to mind was like the burden that they choose to let go of is the one that you have to now hold, because there's in your mind in an argument you could think the most fuck shit ever, and I agree with Cisco that like I'll never know, and unless you tell me I'll never know. But yeah, if you say that, there are certain things that, of course, I'm going to try to. There's just a line, though. I'm going to try to be as gracious as I can, but there is a line, of course. I'm going to always say like,
because I understand why you are. I understand why you are. If we're in an argument that's deep enough for me to care about, I understand why you're arguing with me the way that you're arguing with me. But you also have to understand who you're arguing with, right? Like, and I get where you're coming from, Korpsx, where it's like, this is the only way they know how to do it, or this is the way that they've been trained based off of who they've argued with. But you're not arguing with that person. You're arguing with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I've gotten to the point where I understand how to argue with you, because there's gonna be arguments, bro, in any friendship, relationship, fatherhood, however you want to look at it. There. But if I'm
about to agree with you on everything you're about to say, but go ahead.
But if you know what triggers me, right? Like I've done nothing to trigger you. We've started an argument, but if you know that's the thing that gets me, and you did it, like you did it on purpose at that point. If you're saying something to hurt me, purposely hurt me, you did it on purpose. And that's
I'll agree with that. I'll agree. If it's specific, like if I've already said like this thing, if somebody said this thing, like it would really hurt me, and somebody said that in an argument, you chose to say, I know, like I know that's like, oh, this is premeditated murder. Like I get it. Okay.
You can't use like past arguments or the reason that you argue the way that you argue in order to do that. Yes, I would give you grace in certain things, right? Like, yes, you argue the way that you argue or whatever. But if I'm trying to think. If I made fun of your eye, right, for whatever reason we were fucking arguing.
What's wrong with my eye?
Gimpy-eyed motherfucker. Like I know that like you know what I mean. Like I did that to purposely fucking hurt you.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. But we can argue. Like we can argue just to argue. But I'm not like going for the throat. And like But I also agree with what like Putch is saying is like it is a response based off of what you consistently know, which is it's a hard divide to get past, right? Because you got to know who you're arguing with, but you also got to know like the person that's being argued with also has to know what the other side of that looks like. Like I gotta understand who I'm arguing with.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that.
I think weird divide.
Yeah, I think that going into it a little bit more, like especially the specifics of like that, because in my head that's betrayal, right? Like I trusted you with this information, hoping that you would never use it against me, and the fact that you have is like a different type of hurt that I can't just take a sorry. It's not gonna work that way, and I need to hurt for a while to even see if I could be okay with that, or maybe it's past that, depending on where we are relationship wise.
Yeah, I think I take more account the distance it takes to get there, right? Like how far did we really like how far did I really have to push this person to get to this point, right?
Yeah.
I think there's the distance part, and then I try to take that into consideration, right? And then I also try to take into consideration too, like what is it that they're saying to me, right? Because this is always going to be after. And I think this is the reason why I try to put more grace on this one. Because what is it about me that's holding on to that? Like, it's just words, bro. Like, they're communicating feelings to me and they're choosing certain words. And those words have now afflicted me in a way where I'm cutting off this relationship. Why? What is that? Why is that word that way to me? This? Why? And I want to learn to let that go. Like, because it's like, fuck, what if my son said that to me? You know what I mean? Or my daughter in a fit of rage, like, you know what I mean? Because something happened to them or something I did to them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, do I cut them off? You know, and oh, like, and God, like, Lord, for it.
That's even deeper though. That's like
a deep relationship.
The Lord forgive me. And I'm less forgiving, and we didn't even get to this. I'm less forgiving to people who say some shit to me out of pocket in a calm conversation. Like, hey, you son of a bitch, you're a real motherfucker. Like, because now you thought about that.
You were calm enough. Yeah, you were calm enough to think those words through.
Yeah, and you're not like in a fit of rage. There's no excuse. So what's your excuse now?
Yeah, but now that you mentioned that, right? Like the person that's saying it to you and the way they said it to you, I think that definitely does matter too, right? But I think that matters how long you hurt for. Instead of like the initial reaction, I think it's how long you hurt for more than what the initial reaction is.
I just think there's some factors to take into consideration.
Well, I mean, everybody's different. People are different, bro, right? Like, I could say something to you, it doesn't hurt your fucking feelings at all, but you can say it right back to me, and then I'm like, oh, my heart, you know, like, fuck.
Yeah, like, well,
I mean, I would never say anything to you that I couldn't take back, but I get what you get what I'm saying. Like, simplicity.
I don't want to rest on that statement that you just said of I would never say something, right? I don't want to rest on that. So what I'm trying to rest on is the idea is not that you would do something outrageous. I'm trying to rest my hat on the idea that even if you did something outrageous, I could still find it inside of myself to forgive you. Like, because I cherish our friendship more than that. Like, you calling me a bitch or calling me some kind of out-of-pocket word when you're super upset and something else is eating your goat and I'm just here to catch the fucking flack for it. Like,
no, my forgiveness is always given. I think that goes the same with the three of us. I don't see a situation. I don't ever see a situation where neither one of us three could ever not forgive somebody.
Yeah, I think we all have the wherewithal to not be like, let me get him where it hurts.
I think there's some situations. I think there is some peculiar, very
probably on the extremes.
Extreme situations.
I think even on the extreme, I could still find forgiveness.
Oh, brother, you are going to ask a lot out of me, dog. I'm not even going to hold you. You're going to ask a lot out of me. And that's like, people ask, how do I have faith in certain things? It's like, it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. That's why that's what makes it good. You know, that's what makes it so good, because it's supposed to be hard. And so it's like, I'm telling you, brother, you're going to make it hard on me, player.
But that statement right there, that statement, it's supposed to be good because it's going to be hard. It's such a, what 50 Cent say? Sunny days wouldn't be so special if it wasn't for rain.
It wasn't for the rain. Yes, sir.
Oh, really quick. Sorry, because I know we got to dip out here soon.
J. Cole.
Did y'all hear that fucking verse? Oh my God. I'm not even glazing, but the fall off, man. I'm so excited.
You know what's funny is when we started doing this podcast, Damien was not like a rap fanatic.
No, I wasn't.
We gave him albums to listen to and all this shit. And now, you know,
Scorpion, Best Drake. Whoa, I've been a Drake.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
You really think Scorpion is Drake's best album? There's no shot.
I have to look back, but honestly, I didn't think
nothing was the same.
Oh, maybe if you're reading this, it's too late. That was a great album.
Great album. Nothing was the same.
Great album.
Nothing was the same.
I just didn't vibe with it as much, I don't think.
That's crazy.
You're tripping.
I don't know why. Bro, I was so excited. Wait, but also I just want to say, I was a J. Cole fan before this podcast because I remember listening to like what's it called? KOD?
Oh yeah.
Great album.
Great album.
Not as great, but it's a very good album.
I re-listened to that. I need to listen to
Forest Hill Drive.
Forest Hill Drive.
Forest Hill Drive might be his best work.
That is his proclaimed best album.
Yeah, I think that people. I mean, I've only heard.
I like Born Sinner. Born Sinner is my favorite album from him.
Born Sinner is definitely a vibe.
Did you guys like the Off Season? Did you listen? I don't think you listened to Off Season. Did you?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I don't know if I liked it as much. I don't know if it flowed well or the type of rapping he was doing.
If we went based off of mixtapes, though, Drake has the greatest mixtape. Then it goes J. Cole, then Kendrick. Just saying.
Kendrick has some good albums too. Great albums.
We've also
Drake's best. What would you call Drake's best mixtape?
So Far Gone.
And then what would you say is Kendrick's best mixtape?
What the fuck is it called? The one with Cut You Off. Let me see.
But wait, did you guys hear the song though? That's kind of what I was talking about.
Yes.
I did not listen to it.
Bro, you gotta listen. I've been listening to that song every day since it's
Overly Dedicated. Overly Dedicated is Kendrick's best mixtape. But then it kind of gets iffy with me with J. Cole, but I would say Friday Night Lights is probably his best.
Friday Night Lights.
What about album? Who has what's the best album from each of their? I know you're saying Nothing Was the Same.
Good Kid, Mad City for Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, that's a great album. Yeah, we listened to that on the way to where were we going?
Yes. We're going up to see Putch.
Did we?
Yeah, it was the time we filmed on the beach.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And then
we got those burgers too.
Oh, so fucking good. That's just so good. And then Born Sinner for J. Cole.
Okay. What about you, Putch? What are you saying?
He's gonna say "To Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick.
Great album. Okay. Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say that because I was about to hype you up.
I think Good Kid, Mad City, best album.
Best album by Kendrick.
Forest Hill Drive by J. Cole. Nothing Was the Same. Yeah, Nothing Was the Same by Drake.
Forest Hill Drive had Neighbors and Fold Clothes, right?
And Hands in the
air. Yeah, that was Forest Hill Drive. Yeah, that is a very good album. But I think Born Sinner, just because it was like his debut and it was very good. I normally say Take Care for Drake, but Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. Like, it's like the same thing as Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones for me. It's like when I listen to it, it's the best album, but genuinely Nothing Was the Same is the best album. Front to back. But the greatest album of all time is Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent.
We going front to back.
Okay. Best. Like that. I'm just very excited.
And the Carter 3 we made you listen to as well.
That was a good album too.
Great album. Lil Wayne.
What is he on? Carter 7? What is he on? What was the most recent one?
6 was the last one he put out, I think.
Oh. What'd you guys think? I still haven't listened to that full album.
Trash.
But horrible.
I thought the first half. I mean, that's the only half I've really heard, but I've
bad.
Never listened to
bad album.
Yikes. All right. What do you guys think this album is gonna like? Do you think it's gonna top anything J. Cole's done? The fall off?
I hope so. The way it will is by him not addressing anything that happened between Kendrick and J. Cole and Drake.
You got to make it timeless.
It's got to be like no features, just him. Or maybe like 1 or 2 features. 1 or 2 features, 14 tracks, 13 tracks, and just like bars and like melodic, like the shit, like the J. Cole shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, I love when she give me head. I hate it when she give me headaches. Like, I know that's like, those are like bangers, but like no bangers, just like melodic all the way through.
Just raps. Just give us the raps.
Just bars the whole way through. And he might rejuvenate the rap game. I'm just saying, because right now we haven't had shit since Kendrick and Drake did anything.
ASAP, Don't Be Dumb. I heard that was doing well.
Ass.
I heard that one's doing well. I haven't heard it, but
it is bad. The only album that has come out since then, since that whole shit, was Wale's, and it's decent.
What about well, you know I love Jid. God Does Like Ugly.
I didn't.
That was a good album.
I didn't.
That was a good album.
But ASAP's album is ass, and I like ASAP Rocky, and that album was ass, and his Drake diss was fucking ass. Super. Like it was ass.
I actually liked that song. I haven't, like I said, I haven't listened to that for. It was like the video. It was like poppy.
Yeah, like no, we don't bars, dog. We need bars.
So I stole your bitch
back in the rap life.
Some.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Helicopters, like fuck you. Give me some bars. I need something that resonates
to chew on. I get you. Yeah. Okay, well, Putch, any thoughts?
I it's probably been about 6 months since I've really been listening to like any rap music like that. Really, since the Drake Kendrick beef stopped.
Good era.
Around that time, I really haven't been listening to any rap or hip hop music like that. I'll listen to it sparingly at the gym just to kind of get me in the right mood to run. Other than that, I just don't anymore. So I haven't really been following it.
It's a cheat code, to be honest. Running with rap music.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, real fast though. We didn't get to the bottom of this. Do you really think Scorpion is the best album by Drake?
Don't get started, please. I gotta go.
No. I just want to know.
I said if you're reading this too late, I'd put it above that.
Okay.
What?
Scorpion above if you're reading this?
No. Reading this is too late is probably my top.
So I think you need to go back and listen to Nothing Was the Same.
That's you need to re-listen to all that. Just
a one and done is fine. That's okay.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Re-listen.
I'll
Nothing
try.
Was the Same is not a one and done album.
I'll try. I'll have to get the big headphones out and really dive into it. Really listen to it. I'm just not into like the melodic, like singy shit.
But it's not
what
singy.
Is like R&B. What is it called?
Rap shit is where it's at.
I'm just not into it.
That's why Biggie made it so big, bro.
I'm not I don't like
it. Can't you see?
At least that's like I'm just not into it. I don't like that.
See, I think it allows the punchlines and metaphors to stick out more when you don't have like a in the streets. I know you like that song, Knife Talk. Isn't that the song? No. That's the song you like.
No. I know what you're talking about though.
What's that?
But no, I think when shit is punchy like that, it hits way harder than like I'm talking about some shit. Hey, it's like nah, that wasn't even the right thing. But you know what I'm talking about. Can't even emulate it. I don't like it that much.
Dude,
I'm sorry. I got like a
commitment.
Huh?
Let us stay down. Yeah, always stay down. You need to listen to Nothing Was the Same again, bro. It's so fucking good.
I'll try. All right, close this out. Putch has to go to sleep. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, viewing, subscribing. If you were here live, watching on the playback, whether you're here for an hour, a minute, or the whole thing, and you enjoyed us as much as you could, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to my two lovely co-hosts, Putch and Save. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you guys so much for another great episode. I love how D calls me by my stage name and Korpsx by his actual government name. But it's been great. I mean, what episode are we on?
108.
12 more. No, not 12 more. What are we going to? 115 or 120? 12 more episodes.
120? I thought 125.
They've been getting good. They've been getting spicy. I love it. I think especially with this episode, there was like no dead space at all. I know my camera's a little buggy. We're gonna make sure that's fixed by next week. But I appreciate our community as always. You guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love y'all. Keep smiling. See you guys on the next one.
Korpscollection.com. Thank you. Save 1 and 0%. I usually do scriptures, but I found a cool quote. It says, "The sound of your existence may be too loud for some. Instead of turning down, align with those who love loud music."
Sabar.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Until next time, I hope you guys have a good day, week, month, year in life. Stay motivated. All right, boys.
All right, boys. Have a good night. Y'all be safe.
Bye. Good night.